One thing I want you to note immediately is if you enter a date in a cell that is not wide enough to show the entire date, you will see the pound signs. For example, I am going to select cell number B1 and I'm going to start typing a date. Let's say 01/15/2020. I'm going to hit enter. And instead of seeing the entire date, I'm seeing the pound signs. Now, one thing I wanted to point out is if you click back on the cell, you just enter the data. In this area, we call formula bar area, you see the actual data. But this is not wide enough. The column B is not wide enough to include or to show all the data. So you will have to expand the width of the data. The simple way is what? You go between right behind the column that you wanted to expand. Make sure you're on the middle of that border. Hold down your left mouse button and you can drag it to the right as long as you want. Another way to do that, I'm going to move it back to the original location. Another way to do that is you are asking Excel to do just enough for you, not too wide, not too narrow. In that case, I can point between column B and column C. In this situation, I'm going to, instead of holding down the left mouse button and dragging it to the right, I will simply double click right there. By doing so, Excel will expand the column wide enough for me. There are times you wanted to set the column width at the particular number for more than one column at a time. For example, if you wanted to set the column B through D in a particular column with, let's say, 20, how do you do that? You can first select the column B through D by selecting on the entire column. I'm going to start with the column B. Then I'm going to hold down my left mouse button. I'm going to drag my mouse to the right until I include the D. I let go of my mouse. Then I'm going to go to the Format button under the Home tab. Right now I'm under the Home tab. I'm going to go all the way to the Format button in the Cells group. Click the drop-down arrow next to the Format button, and I can select the column width. Then I can type it, the desired column width, right inside that box. Let's say I'm going to type in 20. I'm going to click OK, and all of these three columns that I selected now has 20 column width equally. This time I'm going to show you how to ask Excel to do all the columns in a worksheet at the same time, but just to be wide enough to include or to show all the cells. I am going to undo all of the column width that I just changed, column B through D. I'm going to simply click on the undo column on the top left here in the quick access toolbar area. I'm going to click this. By doing so, I get back to my original column width. Now, to select the entire sheet, you are going to simply click on the left side of the column A and right above the row number 1, right in this little rectangle. I'm going to click that. Once I click that, you can tell I select the entire sheet. Again, I am on sheet number 1. Then I can go between any of the two columns, between A and B or C and D or B and C. It doesn't matter. I go between C and D. I'm going to simply double click right there. By doing so, not only column C and column D, column width is fixed, but the entire worksheet columns are fixed.
This training is brought to you by the Electronic Services Division of the Akron Summit County Public Library. Thank you for watching.